The sleek, silver spacecraft pierced the clouds of Alicia, descending toward the planet's surface. Inside, Specialist Alex Morgan adjusted the controls with a mix of excitement and trepidation. His mission was clear: observe and understand the Zephyrians, a peaceful civilization known for their culture and technological advancements. Yet, as he looked out at the breathtaking scenery, lush forests sparkling with bioluminescent flora and sprawling cities that floated as if defying gravity, he felt a stir of something deeper than mere curiosity. Approaching designated landing area, announced PL, the ship's AI, in a calm and pleasant tone. Thanks, PL, Alex replied, his voice steady. Initiate landing sequence. As the ship touched down gently, the humming of the engines faded, leaving an almost eerie stillness in the air. He unbuckled his seatbelt and took a deep breath, mentally preparing himself for this unprecedented encounter. Image after image of what the Zephyrians might look like flickered in his mind, a blend of human-like features, shimmering skin, and iridescent eyes perhaps? The ramp lowered, revealing a vast landscape filled with crystalline structures bathed in golden light. With a mix of apprehension and anticipation, he stepped out, feeling the weight of this new world settle on his shoulders. Wow, he murmured, taking in the beauty surrounding him. Suddenly, a voice broke his reverie. You must be the human observer. A tall, slender figure emerged from the trees, illuminated by the dappled sunlight filtering through the leaves. Yes, I'm Alex, he replied, his eyes widening as he took in the sight before him. Mira stood before him, her vibrant green hair cascading like a waterfall of leaves. Her skin shimmered under the light, a beautiful blend of gold and silver, and her large, expressive eyes sparkled with intelligence and curiosity. I'm Mira, she said, her voice melodic. I hope you can share our story with your people. Alex nodded, feeling an unexpected warmth toward her. That's the plan. I'll do my best to present your culture accurately. But first, I need to collect information. What's the best way to start? Mira smiled brightly. Follow me. There is so much to show you. As they walked, Alex marveled at the landscape. The trees seemed to hum with life, their leaves rustling softly as if whispering secrets of the past. Colorful flowers, shaped like delicate bells, swayed in the gentle breeze. Alex couldn't help but reach out to touch one. What are these? He asked, bending down to examine the vibrant blooms. They are called Lysara, Mira answered, her tone prideful. They bloom only during the equinox and are used in our celebrations. But they also have healing properties. Interesting, Alex remarked, straightening up. I've heard that Alicia has unique flora and fauna. Do you rely on these for medicine? Yes, but we also share knowledge openly, she replied. Our philosophy is that the more we give, the more we grow as a society. Sharing knowledge is essential. I like that, Alex said. Back on Earth, we're still learning to embrace that principle. Mira paused, tilting her head slightly. What do you mean? There are conflicts driven by greed and power. Some still keep knowledge to themselves, using it to stay ahead, Alex explained. It can lead to suffering. That sounds unfortunate, she said quietly, her eyes clouding momentarily. We've faced our challenges too, but we are committed to building our society together. Wouldn't it be better if we all worked together? I agree, Alex replied, feeling a connection with her words. The conversation flowed effortlessly, and soon they reached a large plaza filled with people. Zephyrians dressed in flowing garments were engaged in various tasks, creating art, sharing visions of the future, and tending to lush gardens. Joyous laughter filled the air. This is the heart of Alicia, Mira gestured expansively. Our community gathers here to share ideas, art, and celebrate life. Wow, it's beautiful, Alex said, soaking in the vibrant atmosphere. Back on Earth, we sometimes forget the importance of community. Then let us show you, she insisted, eyes sparkling. Join us in the celebrations tonight. You must experience our traditions. Definitely, Alex replied, feeling excited. What should I prepare for? You'll see. Mira giggled, a sound like wind chimes. But first, I'd like to introduce you to some of our artisans. As they mingled through the crowd, Alex met an array of fascinating characters. First was Tarek, an elder artist with shimmering blue skin who crafted intricate sculptures from luminescent materials found in the depths of the forests. Tarek, this is Alex, our human observer, Mira announced. Ah, a curious being, Tarek chuckled, stroking his long, wispy beard. You must see art as an expression of pain and joy, yes? Absolutely, Alex replied, intrigued. Art reflects our experiences and emotions. Tarek nodded knowingly. Then you will enjoy our creations. Each piece tells a story much as you do with your words. As they shared ideas, another Zephyrian named Lyra approached, her golden brown skin radiating a warm light. I see a spark in you, human. You should join our dance later. It brings people together. Dance? Alex hesitated. I'm not really a dancer. Dance is not about skill, it's about expression. Join us and you will understand. Lyra insisted, her infectious enthusiasm pulling him in. Before Alex could respond, Mira stepped forward. Let him have his choice, Lyra. We want to show him our world, but it needs to feel right for him. Wise words, Mira, Lyra replied with a nod of respect. Thanks, Alex said, feeling a mix of embarrassment and warmth. I might accept the challenge. I'll have to see what it's all about. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the plaza, Alex found himself laughing and engaging with the Zephyrians. They shared stories of their worlds, and he felt a sense of belonging grow within him, surprising him completely. Are you hungry? Mira asked, breaking his reverie. Starving, actually, Alex admitted, grinning. What do Zephyrians eat? Follow me. You'll love it, she exclaimed, leading him to a series of food stalls showcasing vibrant dishes composed of colorful fruits and grains. I've never seen anything like this, he commented, amazed by the array of colors. Mira handed him a delicate pastry filled with sweet, fragrant fruits. Try this. It's called a varan cake. Alex took a bite, his eyes widening in delight. This is fantastic. I need to get the recipe. Only if you share one from your world, Mira challenged playfully. Deal, Alex laughed. Their eyes met, and for a moment it felt as if time had paused. Under the glowing hues of Alicia's twilight, something unspoken passed between them. Alex sensed a connection that transcended words, a resonance that made the vastness of the galaxy feel smaller. As laughter and music surrounded them, he couldn't help but wonder what lay ahead, this planet brimming with light and warmth, and a companion with whom he felt he could discover it all. Chapter 2, A Choice to Make. The sun sank below the horizon, casting a palette of purples and golds across the sky. The plaza buzzed with laughter, music, and animated conversation as Alex and Mira reveled in their newfound connections. The atmosphere was vibrant, a blend of cultures and ideas igniting in a thrilling display of unity. As the evening progressed, Mira turned to Alex with excitement in her eyes. Are you ready to join the dance? About that, Alex replied hesitantly, glancing at the circle of Zephyrians who twirled and swayed gracefully. I'm not much of a dancer. Don't worry. It's not about being perfect. It's about feeling the music and moving together, she reassured him, her hand encouragingly resting on his arm. Alex swallowed hard, feeling the weight of her gaze. Okay, I'll give it a shot. But if I trip, you have to promise to laugh softly, not loudly. Mira laughed, her melodic voice wrapping around him like silk. Deal. Just follow my lead. As they stepped into the circle, Alex noticed how natural it was for the Zephyrians. They moved as one, their bodies flowing like the wind, each dance step harmonizing with the rhythm of the music. Feeling a rush of vulnerability mixed with excitement, he tried to mimic Myra's movements. Like this, she cheered, spinning gracefully. He attempted to twirl but misstepped, landing awkwardly. Laughter erupted around them, but Mira was immediately at his side, grinning. See? A little stumble adds character. Right, all part of the plan, Alex said, chuckling nervously, and tried again, this time managing to sway in tune. As he swirled next to her, the music coursed through him and the laughter fostered an unexpected sense of freedom. Mira leaned closer, her breath warming his ear. You're getting the hang of it. They didn't teach me this in training, Alex laughed, his laughter mixing with the music and filling the air. He felt lighter than he had in ages, surrounded by acceptance and joy. After a while, the dance slowed and they collapsed onto a patch of soft grass, both breathless and grinning widely. How did it feel? Mira inquired, her eyes sparkling. Surprisingly liberating, he admitted, looking up at the stars twinkling down at them. I usually freeze up in situations like that. Thanks for pushing me. You found courage, Alex, she remarked, her gaze searching his. It's something we cherish here. Life is fleeting, we must embrace it. He nodded, feeling the weight of her words. I understand. Back on Earth, we can get stuck in routines, focusing on the wrong things. There is beauty in breaking away from those routines, she replied thoughtfully. To truly connect without barriers, one must dare to step into the unknown, much like our dance. Exactly. I want to learn more about Alicia, Alex said eagerly. So what's next on the agenda? Well, Mira continued, leaning back on her elbows, there's something serious we should talk about. I have a feeling things might become challenging soon. Challenging how? Alex's brows furrowed in concern. Just the other day, I overheard a conversation about off-world traders planning to exploit our resources, Mira confessed, the light dancing in her eyes dimming. They have no regard for our way of life, only their own profit. Are they a threat to you and your people? He pressed, concern growing. Mira nodded. Yes. We are a peaceful society and we don't want any conflict. But if we don't act, we could lose everything. Maybe I can help, Alex suggested, his heart racing with a sudden surge of determination. As a human, I could bring a different perspective. I can document everything ethically and present it to the Galactic Council. Mira sat up, surprise flickering in her expression. You would do that? But the Council's stance is strict with interference. I can't just sit back and watch, Alex insisted. It's not right. I'm already here. I value our connection and respect your way of life. Myra's eyes softened, glistening with appreciation. Your willingness to step forward means more than you know. Alex exhaled, feeling the weight of the decision settle on his shoulders. Let's gather more information then. We can't leave this to chance. Together then, Mira confirmed, her voice resolute. But we must do this discreetly. I can introduce you to some trusted friends who can help. Lead the way, Alex said, his pulse quickening with adrenaline. With purpose, they stood and made their way back to the heart of Alicia, where the familiar faces of their evening danced under the starlit sky. Mira nodded at Tarek, who was still chatting animatedly nearby. Tarek, she called. The elder artist turned, his expression shifting from mirth to curiosity. What brings you both back? He asked. Mira, Alex, is everything well? Lyra added, joining them. Actually, Alex began, we want to discuss some troubling news concerning the traitors. They pose a potential threat to your people and we need to strategize. What do you propose? Tarek asked, his voice shifting to a serious tone. I suggest gathering information on their plans, Alex explained, and potentially alerting the Galactic Council to what's happening. That is dangerous, Lyra interjected, concern threading through her voice. Wouldn't it invite more conflict? Not necessarily, Alex replied. If we can prove their intentions, we may be able to convince the Council to intervene on your behalf. Mira nodded in agreement. We need to rally together. If the traitors see our unity, it could give them pause. The group exchanged glances, weighing the gravity of what they were considering. Tarek sighed, contemplating their options. Unity is key, but we must be cautious. Perhaps I can create something to conceal our efforts, art that speaks of our plight without revealing our strategy. That could work, Alex said, inspired by Tarek's creativity. Disguising our intentions but making our message clear is smart. I can help gather information, Lyra added, determination brightening her demeanor. I know the paths the traitors travel. If I can listen, we might learn more about their plans. And the rest of us will create a forum, Tarek concluded. A gathering of all who care for Alicia's well-being. We must stand united to show we are more than mere resources. Agreed, Mira said, glancing at Alex. This is it. We're beginning a course of action. As they strategized, an unspoken bond formed among them. Alex felt a reassurance in their unity even as tension lingered. The plan took shape rapidly, but one thing remained clear. This fight for Alicia was just beginning, and together they would face it head-on. I'm glad to be in this with all of you, Alex said, looking around. This feels right. Mira smiled, her eyes full of warmth. And it's only the beginning. As they settled into a shared resolve, Alex felt a sense of belonging unlike any he had ever experienced, a camaraderie that transcended the stars. Chapter 3, Bonds Beyond Worlds. The sun rose slowly over Alicia, casting a warm glow across the landscape. Alex stood outside his ship, preparing his equipment for the day. The events of the previous evening had awakened a sense of purpose within him that he hadn't expected. He had made friends, allies, and most importantly, he had found a cause worth fighting for. Morning. Myra's cheerful voice broke through his thoughts as she approached, her vibrant hair catching the light beautifully. Ready for our work today? More than ready, Alex replied, feeling his pulse quicken. What's the plan? We need to meet Tarek and Lyra. They've gathered the community leaders to discuss our next steps, she explained, her expression serious. We'll need every voice we can get. Right? The stakes are high, Alex acknowledged, strapping a small recording device around his wrist. And I'll make sure to document everything. I want to present this clearly to the Galactic Council. Mira nodded in agreement. Documenting our efforts can also show our unity. Let's go. Together, they set off toward the heart of Alicia, where a large gathering was forming. As they arrived, Alex was struck by the atmosphere. People milled about, exchanging ideas, their faces animated with passion. It was clear this issue was deeply personal to everyone here. Good to see you both, Tarek called, waving them over. He stood beside Lyra, her expression grave. Have there been any new developments? Mira asked. Just the usual rumors about traitors making moves in our territory, Lyra replied, her voice tense. But we've gathered a panel of leaders ready to make a stand. We need to decide how we present ourselves. Who do we have so far? Alex inquired, scanning the crowd. Key members from various sectors, Tarek explained. Artisans, healers, strategists, everyone brings something different to the table. Mira nodded, eyes bright. Let's start our meeting then. The sooner we identify our strategies, the better. As the crowd quieted down, Tarek stood tall, commanding attention. Thank you all for gathering today. We face a challenge that threatens our very way of life. We have to be proactive and united. Alex felt a wave of energy wash over the crowd. This was a pivotal moment, and everyone was here not just for themselves but for each other. We must think strategically, Lyra spoke next. How do we expose the traitors' intentions without provoking them? Maybe we could create a series of artworks depicting how we live in harmony with our environment, one artisan suggested. If the Galactic Council sees our connection with this planet, they may understand our need to protect it. That's a great idea, Alex chimed in. Art can be a powerful medium for communication, but it could also attract unwanted attention if the traitors see it. True, Mira added thoughtfully. Perhaps we should also consider making our responses clear in small, secure ways to avoid escalation. As they continued brainstorming, Alex felt increasingly confident about their collective efforts. Each voice, each perspective contributed something valuable, allowing them to build a multifaceted plan. Let's remember our strengths, Tarek urged. Alicia is rich in culture and community, and it's vital that we showcase that. If we can gather enough evidence of the traitors' activities, we can strengthen our position. What about a peaceful rally or exhibition? Lyra suggested. We could invite other local communities to join. Strength in numbers. Absolutely, Alex replied, his excitement growing. We can create dialogue with the council and encourage them to act. A show of unity could be pivotal. They continued refining their plan, bringing ideas to life in conversations filled with enthusiasm. After several hours, the meeting wrapped up with a renewed sense of purpose. The group dispersed, eager to begin their respective tasks. Great job, everyone, Alex said to Mira as they stepped away from the crowd. I think we're finally making real progress. It feels good, doesn't it? She replied, her eyes shining with excitement. I believe we can create something impactful together. Speaking of together, what's next on the agenda for us? Alex asked. Mira smiled mischievously. Now that we've gathered the leaders, we need to collect data on the traitors' movements. I know someone who's skilled in stealth, Ronan. He could help us. Ronan? Alex asked, raising an eyebrow. What's his deal? He's a scout, moving through the territories with ease, she explained. He might even have insider information. Come on, I'll introduce you. They made their way through the vibrant streets of Alicia until they reached a quieter area where greenery enveloped them. Mira led the way to a small, hidden alcove where Ronan awaited, a tall figure with sharp features and a confident stance. Ronan, Mira called out. We need your expertise. He turned, his piercing gaze scanning them both. Mira, I didn't expect to see you here. What's going on? We have a situation, Alex interjected. We want to know more about the traitors and their plans. Can you help? Ronan raised an eyebrow, intrigued. What makes you think I can help? He's a scout and he's quick on his feet, Mira explained. We need someone who can gather information without I'll do it, Ronan said, his demeanor shifting to serious. But I need to know your plan. I won't risk myself for a vague cause. Alex nodded, understanding the stakes. We want to document the traitors' movements and present them to the council. If we gather enough evidence, they can act before things escalate. Sounds good, but I'll need some time to observe, Ronan replied. I can intercept communication and get a better idea of their next moves. Can we count on you? Mira asked, her voice steady. Absolutely, Ronan assured them, nodding. I'll get started tonight. As they parted ways, Alex felt a weight lift. The connections they were forming deepened each day, and he began to understand the true meaning of camaraderie. He and Mira strolled back through the streets, excitement hanging in the air. You think we'll really pull this off? Alex asked, glancing at Mira. I think we're building something substantial, she replied. And you're a part of it now. While I might be a human observer, I don't want to just watch anymore, Alex said, determination settling in his chest. I want in. We're glad to have you, Mira said, giving him a sidelong glance as they reached her home. Together, we'll make a difference. As they paused in front of her dwelling, their eyes locked and a moment of understanding passed between them. They had embarked on a journey not just for Alicia but for each other. The challenges ahead were daunting, but they knew whatever uncertainties came, they would face them side by side. Thank you for believing in this, Alex said sincerely, taking her hand as they stood close. Thank you for joining us, Mira replied, her voice soft yet resolute. In that moment, beneath the stars of Alicia, they stood united in purpose, ready to confront whatever lay ahead together. Chapter 4, Shadows of Power. The vibrant colors of Alicia's flora were almost surreal in the morning light, casting a warm glow over the gathering as the community leaders prepared for their next steps. The atmosphere buzzed with anticipation, but beneath the surface, tension simmered as they awaited Ronan's report. Alex stood beside Mira, glancing around at the familiar faces of their allies. Tarek was busy setting up a platform for discussions while Lyra was nearby, organizing materials for their planned exhibition. "Do you think Ronan will find anything?" Alex asked, his brow furrowed with concern. "He's skilled, he won't get caught easily," Mira reassured him, though a hint of worry flickered in her eyes. Just as Tarek stepped up to address the crowd, Ronan slipped into the plaza, his demeanor serious as he scanned the area before approaching them. "Ronan," Mira called out, waving him over. The crowd fell silent as they noticed him. "Everyone, let's welcome Ronan back," Tarek announced, guiding their attention to the newcomer. "Thank you," Ronan replied, standing tall, taking a moment to absorb the gathered crowd. "I have news." Alex stepped closer, a knot forming in his stomach. "What did you find?" "The traders are preparing to strike," Ronan said, his voice steady but intense. "I observed their movements and they're planning to sweep through our resource areas within the next few days. So they intend to take what they want without negotiation?" Lyra interjected, her eyes wide with alarm. "Correct," Ronan confirmed. "They see Alicia as an easy target. If we don't act quickly, they'll exploit everything we have." A murmur rippled through the crowd, concern echoing throughout. "What's our next move?" Alex asked. "We can't let them SD. We need to take action," Mira said, stepping forward. "We have to organize our defenses and prepare proof of their intentions. If we can present it to the Galactic Council, they might listen." Tarek nodded, taking charge. "I suggest we compile everything we've gathered, the artwork, the documentation, and Ronan's evidence. It must be done efficiently." Lyra chimed in, "And we need to alert the nearby communities. If they join us, our message will be stronger." "Agreed," Ronan said. "I can head out again tonight and track their routes more closely. But we must be cautious. They might suspect something if we move too openly." Alex felt a surge of determination. "I'll join you. I can help document any activities or gather more information if needed." "Wait," Mira interjected, her brow furrowing. "The traders won't take kindly to your presence in their territory. It might put you in danger." "Then it's a risk I'm willing to take," Alex insisted, glancing around at the gathered community. "We need every person we can get to ensure the truth is revealed." Mira looked torn, but Tarek spoke up. "Alex, your experience as an observer can add layers to our approach. Your perspective is invaluable, especially with how humanity has faced challenges of its own." With some hesitation, Mira finally relented. "All right, but we need to ensure that communication is quick and secure. If things escalate, we should have a safe exit strategy." "Done," Ronan agreed, tapping his fingers together thoughtfully. "I'll identify the best routes tonight. We can meet back at the plaza by dawn." "Then let's get to work," Tarek said, energy buzzing through the crowd. "We'll need teams to create the artworks, gather materials, and prepare our defenses. Everyone has a role to play." As discussions unfolded, Alex found a moment to pull Mira aside. "Are you okay with this plan? I know it's risky." "Of course, but I worry about you," she replied, her voice low. "It's dangerous to go close to them." "I can handle myself," he replied, clenching his fists. "But my concern lies with all of us. If they think they can overpower us, we'll have to show them otherwise." Mira studied him for a moment, then nodded. "Just promise me you'll be careful and reach out if you need me." "I promise," he said, squeezing her hand for reassurance. With the plan set, they jumped into action. Alex worked closely with Tarek and Lyra while Mira went off to gather supplies for the exhibition. As they moved, the energy of community fueled their direction, pushing them toward a resolve that felt all-consuming. After hours of working together, they created stunning pieces of art depicting life in Alicia, intertwined with messages that conveyed their need for protection. Symbolic and forceful, these images would speak volumes about who they were and why they mattered. Night fell, draping Alicia in velvet darkness, and Ronan prepared to set out. He covered his gear in shadowy fabric, blending in with the landscape. "Ready for this?" he asked Alex, his tone unmistakably serious. "As ready as I'll ever be," Alex replied, his heart racing. "Stick close to me. I'll guide you, but don't draw attention," Ronan instructed. With a final nod, they set off into the night, moving stealthily under the stars. The beauty of Alicia contrasted sharply with the purpose of their mission, and Alex felt both exhilarated and fearful. As they crept silently through the foliage, Alex couldn't help but whisper, "What's the risk level out here? Do you think they'll be patrolling?" "Every second," Ronan replied quietly, glancing at the ground. "We need to determine their rotation, see if we can catch a gap." Then, as they neared the outskirts of a heavily guarded area, they heard voices boisterous and deeply unnerving. "Get ready," Ronan whispered, motioning for Alex to crouch down. They squeezed into a hiding spot as they peered through the greenery. They're planning an ambush tomorrow, one traitor brayed, laughter lacing his words. All their defenses will be in one place, we'll take what we want without breaking a sweat. That's the beauty of it, another voice chimed in, equally smug. No one suspects us. By the time they realize what's happening, we'll be long gone. Alex's heart raced. We need to document this, he hissed. Agreed, but we can't be seen, Ronan whispered back, his eyes focused. He leaned back against the tree, pulling out a small recording device, whispering for Alex to join him. Holding his breath, Alex activated his recording device, capturing the traitors' chatter. Each word echoed with implications intertwined with their greed. Suddenly, a rustle nearby made them both freeze. A shadow flickered past, and Ronan's eyes widened. We need to move now. They hurried away as quietly as possible, the sounds of their pursuers echoing through the night air behind them. Fear propelled them forward as they navigated through the dense underbrush. Keep going, Ronan urged, pushing ahead. Alex felt a surge of adrenaline, their environment blurring as they fled. I can't believe what we just heard. Don't stop. We'll make it, Ronan shouted as they neared the edge of the territory. Just as they reached the safety of a high hill, a shout came from behind them. They're escaping. After them. They scrambled up the incline, Ronan pulling Alex along until they reached a ridge. This will slow them down, Ronan panted, pointing to the dense foliage ahead. Let's wedge ourselves between those roots. They crouched low, peeking through the spaces to catch their breath. Moments stretched, their hearts pounding like drums in the silence. What do we do now? Alex whispered. We wait for them to give up, Ronan replied, eyes focused on the path below. Then we regroup. As they settled into the moment, Alex couldn't shake the sense of dread mixed with exhilaration. They had evidence, a real chance to confront the traitors. Yet the danger was very real, and as their breaths began to steady, he was keenly aware of the stakes involved. With determination settling in his chest, Alex knew their fight was just beginning. Together, they would confront the darkness looming over Alicia, and he would do everything in his power to protect the haven he had come to love. Chapter 5: The Dawn of Unity. The first rays of light broke through the canopy of trees, bathing Ronan and Alex in dim gold. They exchanged wary glances, hearts still pounding from the close call of the previous night. The traitors had not pursued them far, perhaps they had underestimated the stealth of their observers. Do you think they suspect anything? Alex whispered, keeping his voice low as they took stock of their surroundings. I doubt it, Ronan replied, nudging his head toward the path they had taken. We made it out clean, but we need to move quickly. We have to inform the others and prepare for their ambush. Right, Alex said, a surge of determination igniting within him. Let's head back to the heart of Alicia. They need to know exactly what we heard. As they made their way back, the vibrant sounds of Alicia awoke around them. Birds chirped, and the faint rustling of leaves filled the air. When they finally reached the plaza, the nerves in Alex's stomach tightened with anticipation. He could sense the growing unrest among those who waited for news. There you are, Mira exclaimed, her expression a mixture of relief and worry as she rushed forward. We were starting to think something went wrong. Nothing we couldn't handle, but we have serious news, Ronan said, summoning the attention of the gathered crowd. They quickly assembled, the leadership group forming in front as Tarek joined them, curiosity etched across his features. What did you find? Let's not beat around the bush, Alex began, silence sealing the air. The traitors are planning to attack and ambush on our resource areas, likely within the next few days. Gasps erupted from the crowd, uncertainty mixed with fear. How do we know they won't overwhelm us? Lyra voiced, her brows furrowed. We heard them talking about their plans, Ronan confirmed. They're confident we'll be too scattered to respond effectively. They underestimate us. Tarek stepped forward, grave yet determined. Then we must unite. Everyone here has a part to play. If we can create a strong front and showcase our community, we may stand a chance. Right, Mira added quickly. We need to gather together, show our strength, and get the word out to the nearby communities. They can join us. Are we ready for this? A voice asked from the crowd. What if they retaliate? If we stand together, they will know we're not easily beaten, Ronan replied, his tone fierce. We can't allow fear to dictate what we do next. We must have faith in each other. Alex spoke next, feeling emboldened. Unity is our greatest asset. Let's create a plan that emphasizes our numbers. If we can come together to present a united front, it will send a powerful message to them and to the council. A murmur of agreement swept through the crowd. Tarek raised his hand to quiet them. Let's not forget that we must prepare our defenses. I think an exhibition showcasing our art and culture alongside a strong display of our community can send a clear message. Absolutely, Mira said. It can serve as both a peaceful representation of who we are and a warning to those who seek to exploit us. Lyra nodded. If we can gather artwork that represents our connection to Alicia as well as stories of our way of life, it will highlight what they stand to lose. Then let's split up into groups, Tarek suggested. One team focuses on gathering materials for the exhibition while another sets up our defenses. We'll need to be ready for anything. Count me in for the art team, Alex said, feeling a rush of excitement. We need everything to be perfect. I'll work on the defenses with Ronan, Mira added, determination shining in her eyes. If we can fortify our position, we'll be better prepared. As they broke into small groups, Alex felt a sense of purpose wash over him. He headed towards the art collective where various artisans shared ideas and materials. All right, everyone, Alex shouted to get their attention. What can we create that reflects our lives, our stories? One artisan raised a hand. We can weave tapestries that illustrate our history. The more colorful, the better. Great idea, Alex exclaimed. We want something visually stunning that resonates. What else? A healer stepped forward, her voice soft but resolute. How about murals? We could use the community's children to gather their impressions of Alicia's beauty. It'll capture a sense of innocence as well. Perfect, someone else added. We can add those to the exhibition. As ideas flowed, the enthusiasm of the group grew. They quickly set to work, gathering paints, fabrics, and other materials. Meanwhile, Mira and Ronan were deep in discussion with a group of defenders. If we can create barriers using natural resources, we can increase our chances of holding them off, Ronan proposed, gesturing to several large rocks and dense foliage nearby. Yes. We can also set up lookout points, Mira suggested. That way we can see them coming and prepare our defenses accordingly. Let's divide into two groups, one of the defenders asserted. Half can work on reinforcing the barriers with boughs and vines, while the others can scout the perimeter. As the team sprang into action, Alex found himself surrounded by colorful materials, laughter, and a collaborative spirit. I love the energy here, he said to the artisan beside him who was threading fibers through a loom. It feels like we're creating something greater than ourselves. It's the power of working together, she replied, glancing up with a smile. Everyone contributes, and that makes the final piece stronger. I think we're all starting to realize that for every one of us, the beauty of this land is worth protecting, Alex remarked thoughtfully. We're not just creating art, we're making a statement. Hours passed, and as the sun started to dip below the horizon, excitement built in the plaza. Colorful tapestries swayed in the gentle breeze, vibrant murals formed across walls, and stories crafted from the heart poured into each creation. Look at this, Lyra shouted, beckoning Alex over. I've been working with the children, and they've created beautiful depictions of our homes. Their innocence shines through. The sight took Alex's breath away. Children had painted vibrant images of lush greenery, dancing spirits of the land, and connections to their families. This is incredible, he exclaimed. It shows exactly what we need to convey. Everyone worked tirelessly for this, Lyra beamed. Each piece reflects not just our culture but our desire to defend it. As night fell, the plaza came alive with lights, laughter, and a palpable sense of unity. They gathered to unveil their work, and the atmosphere hummed with anticipation as Tarek prepared to address the crowd. Tonight, we celebrate our culture and our community, Tarek announced, his voice strong. Each piece offers a glimpse into our lives. Together, we stand for what we believe in, and together we will protect this land. The crowd erupted in cheers, voices mingling with the night air. Alex felt a rush of emotion swell within him. This was more than just defense, it was a stand for everything they cherished. Mira stepped forward, her gaze sweeping over the crowd. We are not afraid to confront those who wish to exploit us. Our art and our stories will echo through the galaxy, and they will not go unnoticed. Let them come. Ronan shouted, fire in his voice. We are ready. In that moment, Alex felt an overwhelming sense of belonging. Surrounded by determination and unity, it was clear that they were stronger together than any one individual could ever be. As the night unfolded and stories were shared, they found courage in one another. Each laugh, each word built a foundation that would endure whatever challenges lay ahead. No matter the outcome, they knew they stood side by side. And as they looked toward the horizon, the dawn of a new era felt near, promising change, togetherness, and the persistence of all they held dear.